name is Charles Recha, a PhD student at Kenyatta University and an African Climate Change doctoral fellow, where I'm implementing my PhD project at AfricaAdapt Mali. And in this project, I'm trying to look at the way climate impacts on livelihoods and water resources. In it, I'll be looking at specific livelihoods that are usually affected by climate, and then look at the current adaptive capacity mechanisms that are being undertaken in semi-arid southeast Kenya. My coming in this in today's meeting, I've been able to appreciate the importance of knowledge sharing. I've actually been able to know what knowledge sharing is, and knowledge sharing and information sharing, and I appreciate AfricaAdapt for the opportunity.
Now, under the fellowship, I was looking at communities' understanding of climate change and their coping mechanism. And the other thing I also wanted to investigate was how are the Kenyan policies supporting this community to adapt to climate change. And another aspect I looked at were how other partners are helping the communities around rural areas or in rural areas to adapt or to cope with the climate change. Kenya does not have very good policy on climate change adaptation, and actually Kenya does not have a policy on environment strategy. It is a time that is at draft. They are trying to draft and discuss about environmental policy. Therefore, all what is happening is segmentation of policy in terms of key sector. Like I found that there is some policies in agriculture that can support coping mechanism. I found them some policies or some statement in agriculture, tourism, water, wildlife, and fisheries. This all confuse the community because you get different messages from different key sectors, and this is something that I think we need to advocate for. And this is something that I have recommended in my study, or I'm going to recommend in my study, that we need to have a unified, harmonized policy that reaches the local communities. We have a lot of NGOs all over the country doing a lot of work on climate change and adaptation. But again, just like the government, they are not coordinated. And this also really frustrates the work of practitioners like what I'm doing on the ground, because some of the NGOs I found are what I would call one-timer NGOs. They will come, organize a workshop and leave. The others who just come and do research. There is a lot of research done on this community, but the results are not coming back, or people are not having the same statements. And this is quite, again, very confusing to the community that, again, we purport to be working for.
I'm Gerard Maina Murioki, an Africa Climate Change Adaptation Program Research Fellow based at Kenyatta University School of Environmental Studies. I'm focusing on strengthening adaptive capacity to climate change through participatory infrastructure planning, with a focus on the informal settlements of Nairobi. As you know, in the informal settlements, they are the worst hit when it comes to climate variability issues like drought, and also when it comes to floods and a lot of rainfall. The same is going to link the stakeholders in the water sector, the Water Resources Management Authority, the water service providers, the Ministry of Water, amongst other stakeholders. I'm thankful to AfricaAdapt for this invitation, and also for the good work they are doing in sharing knowledge and even disseminating information.